Hallo agus fáilte go trí seascad den program ag BBC Alba le spórs na ban ag a chríomh. Is me Iona Ballantyne agus han bhí toilite ra go bhfuil Oifigear Leasachaidh Comann Ball-Coise na h-Alba Sam Milne ar cothroman san stiùidio. A program tranga éile ac innse agus bís na cluinnidh bhó Sam Milne go súra chionn Ball-Coise na ban an Albba. Bríonn sin na cluiceadaran ag scipa ball-coiseachd bhuannaich Giofnag muna ruta na haringéad gan club agus détha córta grua muna bhí páiste an scipa. Agus cluinnidh sin bhon ghoilfear Albannach Cameron Neilson a fuireach an san Eilbheis agus a bhuannaich Cupa Amaitearachd na ban an Alba bhon ghoirid an an open end. Sam, welcome back to 360.
Thank you for having me back.
I feel like you're always a very busy person. Can you tell us what you've been up to since you were last in? That was March that you were here.
Wow, I didn't realise it was as long as March there, but yeah, just women's football's booming, as you could probably tell. So myself and my colleagues have been very busy over the last few months. Obviously Euros has happened as well, so that's made us even busier, but it's been great. We've had our SPAR national finals, which was fab, down in Edinburgh, which is a high school programme. We had our our national finals day, which was fab to have a few hundred girls playing football there. So that was quite a big event for us. We're in the process of releasing our new Moana with our Disney Playmaker. So Moana is just about to be released, which is really exciting. That programme's about embracing the storybook of Disney to encourage young girls to get into the sport, using the sort of power of football in there as well. And on top of that, we've been looking to work with clubs. Because at the moment we have so many young girls wanting to play football, and the clubs need more volunteers, they need more space to play. There's a lot more playing in the leagues and things, so it's been quite a busy few months trying to support the clubs out there as well. So it's been fab. Have
you seen quite a big uptake then since the Euros or during the Euros, or has it just been a kind of natural progression?
I think we've definitely seen post-pandemic that a lot more girls and women want to play football. I think the Euros has made that happen more, so it has been really fantastic. What's really exciting is it's all ages now. So previously you might have got the inquiry of my daughter's 5, she's 4, she's wanting to maybe try the sport, but you're getting that high school age, that my daughter's 12, she's maybe never played before, can you put us in the right direction? Is there a club that can support us? What's really fabulous is the clubs are offering that now, so they're not all offering just that team environment, which could be quite a barrier for a young person to come into. So the clubs have been really fantastic in offering that as well, which has allowed more girls to take up the game.
Because I know on the other side of that, your phone started to go off the hook, didn't it, after the Euros, of people of all ages wanting to get in touch and
yeah,
get involved.
It was fantastic. I'd actually came off on annual leave that weekend, and I decided for the first time in 16 years I was putting my phone off, and I was just going to enjoy the time with the family. And obviously England won, and within the hour I had 12 inquiries from women in particular, just saying, I've not played since school, or I'm really inspired by the Euros, is there some place I can play? So I had to explain to the other half I wasn't putting the phone off for a few days because I couldn't, not direct these women into something. So yeah, absolutely seen a big uptake post Euros of girls and women wanting to play. Again, for women, there's not always been that place for them to play, but there's lots of places now for them to play that suits them in their lives as well.
I was going to ask you, can you tell us what different opportunities you have as somebody who is maybe coming to the sport a bit older? What can they now take part in that you'll obviously help them to kind of get into?
Yeah, so there's lots more. So there's and it's generally the clubs that offer these opportunities. We're there to support the clubs. So clubs are offering a real fantastic opportunity for girls and women to take part. So we have a big push on the recreational game. So the running form of the game, where there's no commitment, there's no, you have to train, you just turn up when you can turn up and play, put bibs on, like what you would probably see as the old school 5s. But it's a lot more relaxed and a lot more fun to play. So there's that opportunity if you still want to play the running form of the game. A lot of clubs are obviously offering the walking football side of it as well. So if you feel you're that bit older, or you've maybe had an injury, or if you're younger and just don't want to take part in the running form, there's that opportunity to take part in walking football as well. And on top of that, SWF have got their recreational leagues as well. So if you do want to play and train, there's that opportunity to play there as well. So it's not all about having to try and to aspire to be the best player out there to play Premier League or Championship football.
Because I know that's so important to you. You told us last time about having these opportunities for everyone from cradle to grave, and you're doing that for so many people. We will get more into the walking football soon. We've got a really lovely feature coming up. But even for you, seeing this summer of sport that's just taken place, how much did you enjoy that? It
was so, probably I would say emotional to see. I think from people in my generation and probably a generation older than us as well, you didn't see women on your TV. That didn't happen. So it's so exciting to see that. It's been an amazing summer of sport. Between the Euros and the Commonwealth Games, you're from all angles, women are taking part in sport on our TV, and it's completely normal. And we can watch that. And I was saying as well, with Eilbheis McColgan, unbelievable what she did over the summer. It is so inspiring to watch. My 6-year-old got really emotional watching that race and doesn't know why she was emotional. But that's what that done for so many people. It was just a fab summer of sport for anybody to watch, but more so for women to feel like you've got something to look to be and inspired by.
It was so special, and I love hearing that about your daughter, because so many people of all ages felt the same watching Eilbheis win gold at the Commonwealth Games. It was really amazing. But in Scotland, even looking at the Euros, what can we do to kind of keep that momentum going up here?
I think we need to capitalise on that. For me, I feel that sport needs to meet society. So for a long time in sport or in football, you have to join a team and you have to play and you have to train, you know, these times on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever it is, and you've got to give up your time on a Sunday and you've got that commitment. That doesn't quite fully match society anymore, especially for probably women, and I would say probably some teenagers out there as well. They maybe just want to play, but I know I wouldn't join a team because I would let that team down because I couldn't commit, because I have a young family, I've got a job, you know, all that type of thing. Whereas taking part in these opportunities can allow you to play. So I feel that we need to match society of what's out there. What is the barriers out there? Let's break them down. Let's create different forms of the game. Let's create 4-a-side if that's what's needed. Let's create 5s, 7s, 9-a-side if that's needed at all the different age groups, and create different pathways. We could create that performance pathway. We could create that competition pathway, but also create that social side as well. And then even further, creating that side that maybe is not necessarily where the ball's introduced, but it's about fitness through using football and things as well. So we really want to start working with clubs to try and support them to create these different opportunities to play.
So many brilliant ideas. Are there ideas there that you do have kind of in the pipeline and that are sort of taking place just now? Yeah,
there's lots of things that's out there. Like I say, there's a lot of the recreational form of the game that's opportunities are arising, and we need to know how we're going to develop that. So at the moment, certainly in the East region, we're starting to look at 7-a-side festivals and stuff, because that's the need. They want to play a lot of games now and they want to play against other people. So we are looking at how we can adapt that, but what we need to do is understand the society to allow us to do that. So by going out there and finding out what people want makes that easier for us to try and develop that and support the game.
Are you seeing good uptake in that so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, in the recreational game, in the running form of the game, in our region alone, I think the numbers that we were looking at was roughly about 450 women taking part in the last year, where they've signed up and taken part and stuff. And some of these women only turn up once every 6 weeks because that's their lifestyle, that can happen. But to have 450 women, not just playing the game, but having new friendships and socialising with people and keeping fit and, you know, losing weight, mental health, all that type of thing. It's just fab, and it's just great to see that they could take part in these things now because the opportunity is there. It's
great to hear, and it's all thanks to people like you who make it happen. But we've got a great feature coming up, so we'll be coming back to the walking football now.
Thank you.
Well, innse bhon ghoirid can you sin rís cluicead ar an bhuascaip ball-coiseachd bhuannaich Giffnock gus fáinneach barach mé géine club agus cosánna han seo sé dí ball-coise seo ag cártag rís an tuamh sa chórsnach.
Tá ball-coiseachd go fásca má mór an Alba, le cluibeach na cynneachach Oifigear na dúcha, agus iad a fíochaid í corm a thorsta gine a bheith stácha smúneachach gur an na laichin cluicheach go seachad.
I'd been away for the game for quite a long time. I played, when I was young, and I loved it every weekend. It was great just to go out playing football. So I missed it, and I missed the friendship, the chat, the laughs, and I retired last year. And I said to one of my friends that retired, look, we need to get back into this. And I found out through Giffnock that this was available, so I thought, I'll give it a go.
Well, to be honest, last September I came along because I knew Maggie, I think you've spoken to, and Emily were coming to try it out. And I thought, I'll go along, going out for a walk with a friend, I'll go along, give them a wee bit of support and just say, hey, go girls. But one of the players went off injured and they said to me, you can go on if you like. I had walking boots on, a tartan shirt, a cagoule, and I went on and I had the best time ever. And for about a week afterwards, I was laughing on the inside, laughing on the outside, and I thought, you know what, that's the best time I've had for a while. I think I'll go back.
Chanela ddíadachas an duine haid ball-coiseachd le chéine, an amasach go a fíochaid í barach gine haring gan a game edachgal.
It's such a good opportunity for people that have played, people that haven't played, all skills, all shapes, all sizes. And I just love being back with my pals again, out to play with my pals.
Well, I really wanted to try team sport. I'd never had the opportunity to do anything in teams, growing up. And I wanted to try something new and also something that I felt would be good for a new starter and something that can meet other ladies of similar ages. And I met a friend, a mum who was doing, also coming to her son's football, and she said she'd started, said it was really good fun.
So yeah, I started just to get fit and meet people, and so I didn't really like just doing exercising on my own, and I thought doing a team sport would be fun.
Sé rút brosnach a hawn a bhí clúinjin rút an ma bó cluichetar an mar bhari agus séra. Gís nach de smúnich díad me dhéing ball-coiseachd.
Absolutely never. I'm completely intimidated by the sport. I'd always been kind of put off, thought it was a bit scary or whatever. So no, never would have done it otherwise other than this, when it's really friendly. And their bottom line is they're open to everyone, so inclusive, really inclusive to new starts, and they're so welcoming. And first day when I didn't know what I was doing, there was none of this, you're terrible, everyone's in, playing together, mixed abilities.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
Which is really good because it brings you on.
It was just really great fun. It's such a laugh. Everyone's just, we're all just learning. So as we do things wrong, we're just kind of laughing with each other.
Super friendly and really welcoming, and just a really nice spirit.
Hai chomad do sewn chluichetar Barbara agus Maggie a bhí feichin cluibichin a leid Giofnag, a dort corma de bhoireannach ag Giofar agus Comasan cluiche. Leis go bhfuil cuideachd gusan I techo dudh sa bhaid, and a bhí fáing áte is on game a chluich.
Well, like a lot of girls, I played a wee bit, when I was young. I always wanted to play, but there were a few doors closed and doors that were difficult to open. I was at a session a few weeks back, and Vivian, the chairwoman of the SWFA, she was talking about their aim to create as many pathways as possible for girls and women who want to play football. And I think this is, I suppose, an example of that.
For me, again, I was involved in the Women's Football Association many years ago, and it was an ongoing fight, it was an ongoing struggle, but you did it. So for me, seeing this, seeing pathways, I'm seeing pathways from grassroots, the women's game, the league, the international team, and then this for the old birds. It's just wonderful to see, wonderful.
An-dràsta sound like Giffnock ha Cupa ball-coiseachd na ban an Alba, agus hat a géirí graimain I dúinile gus páirte gáil cáladú ag farpasin ille a hadí chionn.
I would say to all my ex-teammates, come back, you'll love it. They might get kicked now and again, but you'll love it. It's great, physical health, mental health. I'm recovering from knee surgery, but I'm still here doing a bit of coaching. So get back, girls, come on.
When I come along here on a Sunday, I'm kind of taken back to when I was a wee girl and I was going out to play. And when you come here on a Sunday, that's what it feels like. So I would encourage any women out there, whether you've played before or never played before, just come along, watch the session, give it a try, and then see what you think. It's our national sport, and it's so important for us to, stay active, stay connected. It makes the nation a healthier place.
Sam, what a lovely feature. You must feel really proud seeing that.
I do. I often get quite emotional when I watch these things because it's, as I said before, that there's just never really been that opportunity for a long time, and in the last year or two it's just boomed, all these different opportunities, and you could feel the passion from the women there. It's just such an exciting place for them.
And you can see and tell just how much they love it, can't you?
Absolutely. The story of the woman walking, Barbara with her walking boots and her check shirt, and how she's just got so involved in it, that just sums it up. That just sums up going along and watching it and then just getting involved in it, because once you're there, you want to be part of that, so you're in there. So it's great to see.
Tell us your involvement with walking football, because I know you do quite a lot with it, don't you?
Yeah, so I do quite a lot at the moment, more with recreational football, the running form of the game, but we're really trying to boost the walking football side of it. So again, we're trying to work with clubs to say, like, let's create the walking football opportunities that's out there. So certainly in my area up in the East region, we've got Perth Ladies United, who are fab, part of the Jeanfield club up there. They're great. They go away to Spain. They were just in Spain there playing in tournaments and stuff as well. So again, we're trying to encourage as many of these different opportunities out there. Forfar have started a new one. We're working with Brecon. They've got one that's up there as well. So we're just trying to find the pockets of where we can start some new walking football opportunities and then bring that in. And again, in some areas, try and pull back that competition element just to allow the barriers away that allows you to just play as freely as you want.
And what sort of feedback do you get from these women who take part?
They love it. I don't think there's been, that I can think of, any negative feedback when somebody's taken part in these different groups that are there, as you could probably see from the women that are there. And I think for me, every person, there's a human right to be able to play, and they've created that opportunity to play, and just playing makes everybody happy, doesn't it? So the feedback's always been absolutely amazing. A lot of the feedback's always around mental health and how it's increased mental health, how we are seeing more women socialising, the friendships that get created. Some of the groups that we work with is great. Some, I know, for example, Dundee West, they go for breakfast once a month. There's like 25 of them in these pictures going for breakfast that they, on paper, maybe would never have been friends because they come from such different walks of life, but football's brought them together to be friends, and they're the best of friends now. It's great to see. And
for some of these people, you'll know it so well, a lot of them have never even played a sport before, have they?
Yeah, and that's what I like. I think as well with football in particular, it might be seen as, oh, I don't want to get hurt, I'm scared to be in that environment, but walking football provides that opportunity for, it's non-contact. There's a lot of rules in walking football, so I'm still trying to learn them myself. But very rarely, there's no tackles. It's not in high intensity either, so it creates that opportunity to get embedded into the sport without the pressures that you maybe would feel before. We also see a lot of women who have maybe went to walking football, then transitioned into saying, well, actually, I've got quite fit now, and I feel like I'm really enjoying that. I'm moving into the running form of the game, and maybe from the running form of the game, they've then went and joined a team. And for me, we've just broke those barriers. The clubs are breaking these barriers down to get them into the game.
So you just need to watch out for some of the sneaky runners.
Yes, I think that's probably one of the hardest things to referee in walking football is, are they running or are they not? Really some fast walkers, it looks like they're running.
I can imagine you probably find that a lot of people are quite shocked in it, just how much they enjoy it. Do you find that there are people who even come and watch, they're maybe out on a walk, see it's taking place and then get in touch to come along? Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, again, our generation walking around in a public park, you wouldn't see girls or women really playing football. So the fact that you can just see these things and see it in its flesh, I think I bang on about the recreational form of the game, walking football, and the running form significantly, but until you see it and you can maybe watch it there, or if you see it on social media and you can relate to these women, it might make you then want to take part. And we do see a lot of people starting to see things and think, well, I'm going to give that a go.
now, and they go along.
How important are these clubs like Giffnock and the ones that you work with? How important are they in the community?
They are the community for a lot of these football clubs. Some of these football clubs have membership that are, you know, significantly large memberships in their community. Not only are they offering walking football or recreational football, they're offering your Fit Fans programme, weight loss programmes, they're offering even food banks and all that type of thing. The clubs that we have in Scotland are so embedded in our community that they're making our community stronger by using the power of football.
And you mentioned also the mental health side of things. Have people come to you and said that things have changed for them since taking part? Absolutely.
Numerous actually ones, probably on the higher end, that's a lot of the time it's not actually about the football, it's improving mental health. That's all we do hear from the walking football or the recreational football, because their confidence is growing, their self-esteem is growing, they've got friendships now, they're socialising more. Some just come down and just stand at the side and they don't particularly take part, but they're part of the camaraderie of being part of a football team. And if you've ever played football before, you know that changing room, you know, that's what you like, that's what makes you be part of that. So mental health, absolutely, we've seen significant support in the mental health side of that, because they're exercising, socialising, they're getting out there.
And those texts, the huge amount of texts that you received after the Euros, were quite a lot of them for people who would then go into a walking football club.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of them started with, I have been inspired by, and I want to get back, and a lot of it was, but I'm unfit, I haven't played since school, I've never played before, I want to give it a try. So exactly that, you know, in years gone by it was, okay, well there's a local team for you. Would that be the place I want to go? Absolutely not. Now we can say, well, there's a walking football group here, here and here, why not give that a try? Or if you feel like you could still run, you could go to here, here or here and take that opportunity to play there. And it's an instant barrier gone for them.
Oh, Sam, it's great to hear. And again, like I said before, it's people like you who are making this real change. Thank you so much. Aisé farpis Amaitearachd ban an Albba bhuannaich, friend Cameron Neilson, ritri siasged min opera hire, curistega golf, at Savai and in America, leis nach roi commissachí siúl go farpisin nuair a bheith rialtin siúl chionn in áite trona pandemic.
Ganians gerawn le teolach golf a hai. Haromor an ui ag Cameron Neilson and spars, Miss Roy Suas on the bhuannaich.
My family's a big golfing family. My dad's a golf professional. And when I was born, my mum also worked at the golf club that he worked at, so just kind of grew up with it. My dad used to be my coach until I was about 14, 15. And now he just kind of, if he sees something, he'll say, but not really that much anymore, which is probably for the better. I didn't really take it very serious until I was about 14, 15. And I kind of got into a club in Switzerland where they had a big junior team, and I just enjoyed it from there, and then kind of got better, enjoyed practicing more, which then helped me get better, and then started winning tournaments, and that just kind of got me into, yeah, I can really do this. I really like this. I want to do this. Yeah.
Va Cameron stiùidio an san Eilbheis, mis deachaí gan nolai an na America. Ach bhaid dada bhí ein go farpisin, leis nach roi commissach siúl trona pandemic.
It was great in the summer, and because I live right in the Alps, so the winter is not ideal for practicing, but growing up was great, being able to ski and snowboard. So yeah, but you just have to be creative in the winter, going indoors and other stuff. It was quite severe in my case because I couldn't play in the summer at all. And then I went to America and we couldn't play for the whole autumn semester. And then I usually spent my summers in Scotland playing some of the bigger events. And that was the first time I'd been there in 3 years. So it kind of made a difference in like my international golfing. Yeah, it was mad. I mean, I think at first it was probably not the worst thing because I had to do like my exams and I had to get that all sorted, but it just got so tedious as well. because you kind of need something like a tournament to prepare for, where it just gets you out practicing and motivated. So it was quite dull for a few months, yeah. There was a point, even when it opened up, you were so wary of it. You didn't know like how long am I going to be able to do this, when they're going to shut down again. And now it's just kind of freely, and I can choose what tournaments to play. I don't have to play the ones close to me. Yeah, it's a lot. It's so much better.
Ha America a córta di Cameron is the muska and coach full of Maiche, call the partnership golf.
Oh, it's so good. It's just exactly what I need. We get a lot of practicing. We work out a lot. We get to travel America, play good tournaments, good courses. It's just perfect. Just that balance of getting my degree and being able to basically play full time is amazing. Every time I come back home, I do really well. First couple of weeks back, so my game's just so much better. I'm just so much used to a different variety of golf shots, and I think confidence as well, because we play so much and practice a lot. You just have that in the back of your mind.
As stiùidio chionn van a bhíad dhéadach, bhuannaich Cameron roing an ban ag Cupa Amaitearachd na h-Alba, rút incantach leis go raibh 3 bliana éiad falla van a chuairse.
Oh, it was amazing, especially not being able to be in Scotland in 3 years. It was just really nice, especially a lot of people, like the younger girls didn't know me, and some of the people at Scottish Golf didn't know me as well. So it's just kind of good to be having my foot in the door again. I hadn't played match play in ages. I hadn't been on a links golf course in ages. But again, because like I have such a full season in America, I just kind of looking forward to it as well, because I get to choose in the summer what I play. Just like, oh, I really want to play this because I want to play it. So it was a great experience, yeah. But I was glad how it worked out, but could have gone differently as well. Oh, it was great. Especially like, I know the final was the biggest comeback, but I was kind of back in all of my matches. So I was just good confidence as well that I don't just give up.
Ha Cameron Neilson mar a ha rúta na dála t-seachdain-sa, is í a gamas Iilbheis Leasachaidh Comann gus na hamasan aiche a riain.
It's been really good. Struggled a bit in the winter, but I feel like I'm starting to get into form, which is really nice. Again, I got to play a lot of tournaments already in beginning like February, March, which is earlier than I would if I'd stayed in Switzerland. So yeah, just really excited for what's to come. And yeah, getting back to America will be very busy as well. So it's just going to be a lot of golf, which is good. I just usually have like smaller goals, like scoring goals. But I would like to get my first college win, which is a big one. And then I'm lucky enough to be able to play the home international, so I'd like to play well in that. That's probably a goal that I achieved as well, which is nice. I think I've had a really good time at golf. I think it helped me that I didn't take it too serious too early on. Did a lot of sport besides golf, which I think helped me personally. But I'm really happy where I am now. Long journey getting to college and being where I am now, but I just enjoy playing as much as I can, and I enjoy the tournaments I get to play. So yeah, just kind of keep going until I get to that next step, hopefully. So yeah, pretty happy.
Sam, another lovely feature, and so great to hear from somebody else who just loves their sport.
Absolutely. I think that came clear in the video there of how much Cameron just enjoys her sport, which has obviously helped her progress significantly in the sport. So like any sport, if you don't enjoy it, then you won't progress, and it's just great to feel that and hear that for her, how much she enjoys it.
I thought it was quite interesting what she was saying about how maybe not taking it as seriously when she was younger. I mean, she does excel now, which was obviously quite similar to what you're saying, even just about maybe starting walking football and then going into running football and then going into a team. There are similarities there.
Absolutely. I think in any sport or anything you do, if you don't enjoy it, then you're not going to do it. You don't want to go to something that you don't enjoy. So yeah, same with the walking football as we talked about, and probably most other sports as well. If you can go along and enjoy it, feel confident, have good self-esteem in there, then it could absolutely progress you onto something else. And I think that is quite clear from Cameron's story there.
And we are still coming out the end of the pandemic, even though that feels so long ago. But I mean, Cameron was talking about it, and been stuck in certain places, not being able to do certain sports, but what a way for her to come back to Scotland to win the Scottish Women's Amateur Championship. That was a great return to your home country.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's absolutely fab, and you know, like you say, to be away, I think you said 3 years there, that's to be away from the country and where she wants to come and play, to come back and come back with a bang, it sounds like, as well. We was just talking about the final there as well, and the final of it and how she was doing so well there. So it's great to see her coming back, especially with the pandemic. It could have made people go one way or the other, and it's quite clear that Cameron's came back and decided that she was going to go for it, and well done to her.
What about you in your role? Are you seeing a lot of people actually coming into it now through the pandemic who maybe didn't do it before?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're finding, certainly in the girls and women's game, that your traditional girls' sports, such as your swimming, dancing, that type of thing, they didn't come back as quick as football. They were a bit longer to come back, so we found that a lot more girls took the opportunity to take part in football. And yeah, we're just seeing massive amounts of girls wanting to play the game, and it's great. It's a great problem to have.
It is great, and we were talking about the Summer of Sport earlier. Again, seeing Cameron do so well back here in Scotland, how proud does it make you of these kind of Scottish athletes who are up on the world stage doing so well in their sport?
I think it's great. I think it's great to see role models. It's always so important to see role models, and you know, we're starting to see it in football, and you're starting to see it in athletics, and you're starting to see it in all these different sports that you can start to look up to people. But without these videos and understanding what these people are doing and what Cameron's doing, you know, there's young golfers out there, young female golfers that can now look at Cameron and say, well, I can do that, because look at her story and look what she's doing there. So it's so important to have these role models that's out there doing these fab things on the world stage that allows the next generation to say, I'm going to do that, I can have a dream as well.
What more do you think we could be doing in Scotland to really build on that and give other people an opportunity?
I think it's always just about the positive stories that's out there, showcasing all these different athletes that's out there, telling the stories. I think it's important to tell the stories. We can see a picture, we can see that it's there, but without knowing the story of Cameron and where she's went and what she's done and how she's got to where she's got, or your Eilish McColgans that we were talking about, then getting those stories out there and letting people see that there's an opportunity to do that, and there's been a journey, and I can go on that journey, or I could create my own journey, and how all these different athletes on the world stage and the European stage have different journeys that they've went on, and I can fit into one of these journeys, or I could create my own journey.
And like they say, you need to see it to be it.
Absolutely.
Tell us, just before we get to the end of the programme, what are you kind of focusing on for the next couple of months and the year ahead? What's your I know you've got so many things on the table, but what are your sort of main priorities?
I think for us at the moment is capitalising on the Euros and really trying to push opportunities for more people to take part, more girls and women to take part. So again, it's working with the clubs and supporting them to make sure they've got the structure, the volunteers, get more people in to volunteer, because we won't have football teams and we won't have football programmes where we don't have volunteers. They're the lifeblood of our game. So a lot of our stuff will be around that at the moment, and supporting the club structures that's there to create as much opportunity as we can for people to play the game.
And I can imagine everyone's feeling raring to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's the best job in the world to get out there and create opportunities for people to enjoy something.
Good. Well, Sam, it's been so great to hear all about what's going on. It's so great to hear what you've got coming up. So thank you so much again for joining us this week. Thank you. Wel, sy'n eir son yn noch, yna chiach gain fi skipper Hibernian Joel Murray Colorooms yn studio. Cwmla fi lentil BBC Alba, ecels gyn calship, program sy'n bi, agos a hula sgil o'ch chorichtio, y fi sy'n sialtyn cholacher, ta spors yn ban an yn Eilbheis. Hysyn ship yn ahyrus.